Hello everyone. I've made a couple videos today and I guess I'll post them. Neither one's perfect. One was when a thought was first given, and another I just said a couple things, and neither one is perfect. But none of us are perfect. And I said in one of them that I get off focus when I watch too much, even though it's good words, I just lose what I should be speaking that day. And I get so full I don't know where, to begin. And I'm just going to say a few things here. One, when we say the scriptures are being fulfilled, it is His Word alive. It is the understanding of the Spirit. It is seeing that every word was true. And it's most amazing, what the Father has done. And I know there's some who are just now beginning the journey, watching either myself or someone else, wherever it began. Those who have begun, it is the Father who will bring you through. And, the carnal mind, they can't imagine, they can't fathom what the Father has revealed to us, myself these 3 years, and what He's revealing and more, and it will continue. I am only going to speak, and there's so many minds out there. They're at different places. There's so many religions, That true heart that has heard the call, that knocking on the door, or, that true heart that has received, they will endure. Those who allow the working of the Spirit, those who have hoped truly and have desired truly. Our carnal mind has been against the Spirit. This world is enmity. The carnal ideas and thoughts are enmity. And don't ever stop either thinking that you know. That's when you don't learn no more. That's when the Spirit is not able. When you think you know, and then you begin, I don't know how I want to explain it. There's always more. What I didn't know 3 years ago, and then 2 years ago, I was growing. And once you get to here 3 years later, now you're established and settled. Now you're strong in what you've been shown, what's been revealed to you. And now it's just logic, reason. Now the Spirit, it's you're able to comprehend with all the saints. And so many, they don't understand, just my own speaking. Because you are stuck in carnal, and the Father is way far above. My ways are not your ways. And none of us would have made it had it not been ordained, had it not been the Father's purpose and plan. And some things I understand is I'm not even ready to put out because it's so, you can't give it all at once. But each out there has to, it's not about what anyone says. It's your journey, your trial, your walk. You have to, it's when you can start to understand, to see. Well, it's really just up to that heart that will turn. The journey is a great journey. But those who are true, whose hearts are, that that has been sealed. Your faith will get you through. I know that mine did. It wasn't my faith in myself or man. It was my faith in that good word. And what makes it so hard is because knowing the minds out there is so hard. It's that because we had to come to understand these things. There is riches. All those riches are at hand, are being freely given. So the images, ideas, thoughts of carnal man is enmity. We've all been that enmity. We've all had it. And it was part of what had to happen. It had to be. Our Father knew what He was doing. There's certain things I don't want to yet speak on. I'm going to speak as it's given to me. But it's all has to do with, and what's happening is that the carnal has to fall. That carnal temple has to fall. Like in the Bible, there's so much truth upon truth, but layer upon layer, but for His temple to be built, my carnal temple had to, my ideas, everything, all that carnal has to crumble before His temple can be built. And that is what the Father is doing today. In each of us, you have to experience it too. Only those who experience these things will hear one another. The other remain in their carnal dwellings, refusing to let go of carnal. And they can't see the glory. They can't know. And I also want to say this. There's, some only receive our peace because they hear it through the carnal. And then they mix that little bit of spiritual that they think they understand, but that's still mixed with all this carnal. And then they go with it, adding the carnal understanding they have, and then it never comes to fullness. And, levels. Then there's levels. Some get stuck here, and then they continue in their carnal, not being purged. And then different levels. And this is also where you get extremist. This going this way. And those saying, be like me. This is what you got to do. This is what you got to do. And they start, but it's, the Father's above that. They get stuck. They get stuck in it. There's certain things that are hard to explain. Like one brother out there, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to go into this right now, but they think that, from their understanding or their level of understanding, and they've stopped and not allowed the fullness, so they see only their way, that you got to do this, this is how it should be, and this, and then they try to make you conform to what, their level, where they're at. And they all go here and there, how do you say? Like, I always leave room for correction, for learning. If you can't be corrected, you can't learn. And it's when, it's these who stop, it's those who think they're going to finish it. They got so much understanding, now they're going to finish it. You're not going to finish it. You're going to stay unfinished while you're remaining there in the carnal. While you haven't allowed the fullness to consume you. See, and they get these ideas of how it's supposed to be. And like a certain one I've recently met, and actually and I mean no offense. They're just, Some go extreme. And, you know, where he's casting off everybody. And I know it's hard out there because, you know, so many are really, truly just so far from the spirit understanding. But this certain one has went where he expects you to be just like him. And, you know, he wants to, it is only the spirit that leads and teaches. So once they start telling you, that's when they have missed the mark. They have fallen short, because it's not for another to tell and teach someone how to be. That is only for the spirit. You haven't become so perfect here that you can start telling everyone else how to do it. You know, we've all been at these levels. And then those of us who don't get stuck, we continue until we see that it was never us. That what the Father has planned and purposed, it will be done. And some things are just harder to say. But I know, and it's not about anybody else. It's about each of us. And receiving, I get my mind all scattered. Sometimes I don't want to get so much in my, my thoughts. I just kind of get lost in there. It's kind of like falling short of the glory, of His glory. Those who stop and then try to think they're finishing it, from what they've come to understand. So you're taking part of that glory. But it's to go on, let the Spirit consume till you, where you see that there is no glory in any of us, that He receives all the glory. Those who have let the Spirit purge all from them. There is no more you. There's no more your way. He receives all the glory then. So, what else did I want to speak of? This is why I say I'm going to stop looking at, other videos so much, because, I've said it and I keep saying it. You just get off of what, the Father's revealed to you that day. And then I just get so scattered and I feel like I don't put out anything rightly. But, I had a couple more things I just wanted to touch on. Just had a thought. Which I'm going to cut this video short. I hope I said something right in it. His ways are past finding out. My ways are not your ways, my thoughts not your thoughts. So if your thoughts is down on this level of carnal, where all these different denominations, he was saying there's like 14,000 different creeds of Christianity or something like that. I just saw that today. It's amazing that there could be that many. But that just goes to show you, His ways are past finding out. And where we all fall short of His glory. Because we've tried to find it all out. The carnal mind cannot find it out. How many years I looked and looked, and how many of us have sought, and what does it say, never able to come to the knowledge of the truth, or what was that other one just went through my mind? Or those who have desired to see and have not seen. They've desired, they wanted, they looked, And then now, when that understanding came, it wasn't me looking. I had believed and known, I knew one day I would understand. I believed in the word of the Spirit. I believed he would do this. And then his promise became true, which I always knew it was. But that the Spirit give me understanding. That's how it wasn't something I sought and found on my own. It was given to me. And I received. Because my mind, I was made ready to receive after so long of trying on my own. And and as you receive them, it makes you ready more and more. And it is the Father's will, purpose, and working. He's doing this thing, not us. And, that goes back to where certain extremists, like, when I was young, I had Wilderness Family Robinson. I mean, that was my heart. That's always what I wanted. I didn't want this world. I wanted Wilderness Family Robinson or Little House on the Prairie. That was my dream, too. Or even, and then when I got older, I remember, and when I'd say these things, because I always wanted to help. I'm the one that picks up the hitchhiker. I'm the one that gives the money to the, even the crackhead, because I didn't see crackhead. Someone had money, I always would just give it to him, I can remember my ex-husband, you're going to get yourself killed one day doing that crap, and when I spoke of community or wishing that I could live where, people help each other, now I want to run a cult. Every good thought that I ever had, by the world's way, how they've been programmed, just because I wanted goodness and in a world where people helped one another, and even a community, I must want to, how my ex-husband and many see it, it's a cult. So you want to start your own cult? Because I want to do good things? And so there's certain, extremists too, who have stopped and are trying to do it on their own. And I'm not meaning no wrong about this. I've been past that. And, it would be lovely to have community. And maybe the Father will. I do see that. I do see that possibly happening. I see that as children are learning his ways, they're going to start doing them. But we're not going to try to do it ourselves. We're going to allow the Father to teach us and guide us. I'm not trying to see what the Father's doing tomorrow. I'm seeing what, he's doing today. But, but that's even when this certain extreme that this one I've found, he wants the same thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. And he thinks he's going to try to put it into action, and there's probably nothing wrong with that, as long as it's, the Spirit leading. But what I see is we can't do it. We can have this idea, this lovely idea to eat healthy and have a community to, help each other, and we can only do our little part, what we're capable of doing. But that's what trying to do it yourself. You have to let, the Father knows what he's doing, and it will be done. I hope some of that just made sense. The Father is so good, and the world has no idea. That prison of that carnal, and that carnal mind, it has kept his glory in heaven, all good things from us. He is making us who he desires us to be, those who allow him to do that. Once Satan is taken out of the way, that is everything false and contrary to the Spirit. I'm going to end this right now because I know I just said this and that, and I just get so much on my mind, and I can't, and I'm like that just naturally. I have to, I once did like a I had a psych test done or whatever, and they put, she's goal-oriented ×4. Well, I guess that's goal-oriented to the max or something, you know. I have to have a goal or a vision. You know, and when I'm speaking or when, you know, even making a video, I have to have that. I have to be in focus, you know. And what throws me off focus is getting too much, is watching too many videos, and you know, and I'm hearing so much right and good words out there from a few of the brethren, and you know, those who haven't heard yet, it's like we know what they're missing out on, but as the Father works and as His Word is heard and spread, you know, I know that there's so much more going on than I myself don't know. I don't hear, you know, what all He's, you know, working out there today. You know, just in each of us. How many more is out there that we haven't spoke to or heard from yet, you know. It is a glorious day. And those who are set on the world and still held captive by the world and the carnal, they're looking to the wrong things, and they can't see what He's doing. So I got a few videos to post today, and you know, I keep saying I'm going to do shorter videos, and I'm going to try. If it's just a couple minutes, I'm going to put it out, you know. Sometimes I think it's best if I, you know, say a few words rightly, that they can be heard and contemplated, because that's how the truth consumes the falsehood. You hear the truth, and then when it comes in, that fire, that the Spirit consumes that carnal, you know, consumes the chaff. And all praise be to our Father. I love you all. Have a blessed day.